Hi, my name is Ishmael Naylor and this is a review of Samuel Leeds' Deal Selling Mastery. Now, the first thing you need is a company. Now, to set up a company, you can either go to Companies House and it costs you around about £17, or you can go to a place like Companies Made Simple, which could cost you a little bit more, but the advantage of going to them is that you can get a virtual address, which means that your address is not online. This means that if anything does happen with your business, and someone decides to try and sue you or becomes annoyed with you for some reason or another, then your address is not available to them and they would only be able to find your virtual address. So this is an advantage of using a company to set up your business rather than just going straight to the Companies House website or the government website to set up your business. So once you've got your limited company, you would want to put a SIC code on it as you're setting it up. Now the SIC code for deal sourcing is 68310. This SIC code allows you to do deal packaging as an estate agency effectively. And the following thing you would need is a bank account. Now you need a normal business bank account and a client account. Now the client account is there to protect your client's money in case anything happens to your business. Now obviously we don't want anything happening to our business, but until the client, so the investor, has the keys to the property that you have sold them, then they can effectively come back and request their fee back if something goes wrong with the sale, if the seller pulls out or some other issues happen. So because of this, you need a client account because you cannot be spending their money, otherwise you become personally liable for paying them back. So the following thing you'll need public indemnity insurance. This is to protect your company. As you are effectively giving advice, you need to be protected on the figure that your properties are selling for. So if you're selling a property for £100,000, you need insurance to cover £100,000. If you're selling £1 million properties, you need insurance to cover £1 million properties. So I would suggest that if you're not sure, you go above what you think you might be sourcing, and then you'll be protected. The other insurance you need is public liability insurance. Now the reason you might need this is if you're sourcing deals and you're getting a build team to do refurbs on them, such as if you do a BRR deal, or buy, refurbish, refinance deal, and you sell that to an investor, the investor may want to use your build team to do the work. In this case, you need insurance to cover your build team. Now the insurance isn't for you, but you need to have insurance so that you can use subcontractors. The following thing you would need is property redress scheme or property ombudsman. So this is a body which basically, if there are any disputes after the investors go through your complaints procedure, they can go to these people to get it settled. And this is a legal requirement, so you must register for one of them. You have options. They are pretty similar. Now that I've gone for property redress scheme, the reason is because they were simpler to set up online. That's the absolutely only reason I've gone for them. So the other thing you would need is you need to be registered with the ICO or data protection. The reason being is because you're obviously dealing with personal data. Now, as you deal with personal data, you need to have procedures in place, so you need to have a written procedure of how you're going to be dealing with this. You can't just register and expect that to cover you. You need to have all the procedures in place of how you're actually going to deal with people's data, where it's going to be stored, how long it's going to be stored for, what data you have on them, where you got the data from, and where you're going to keep the data. So that is reasonably cheap. That's around about £20 to £40 a year. So it's nothing major, but you need to have it. The next thing you need is anti-money laundering. Now, the anti-money laundering procedure for checking on people is quite long and arduous. So if you don't want to do it yourself, you still need to be registered, but there are websites that will do it for you. You just need to check that with the government website, or with the government, that the company you are using is sufficient for what you need it for. I would suggest using a company. You can get companies which are rather cheap. They will do the anti-money laundering checks for £10 or £20, which could save you hours of going through documents checking everyone's documents, checking the photocopies, getting them certified, and other such things. So the other thing you'll be needing is legal paperwork. So that's just the legal contracts between you and the investors. Quite simple, but obviously it's one thing you need to have in place. Then I would suggest you obviously need to market your business. So you would use business cards, websites, other such apps, Facebook possibly, but you shouldn't be selling your deals online. You should be finding investors and selling your deals through your website. Now that is amateur if you sell them online, so I would suggest you don't become an amateur and you do it properly and professionally. Once you have a website and you have all of this, the easiest way to manage all your contacts of investors is a CRM system, or Client Relations Manager system. Now you can get these for free. MailChimp is one. All Clients, I believe, is another one. Now they are some which start charging. It depends how many clients you have, but there are quite a few out there which are free, which you can use by sending up to a couple of thousand emails a month. As you're starting out, you probably won't need to send more than that. So that's not really an issue. Once you have an investors list, you just make sure they are all on your CRM system. Then you can have automated emails sent out to them regularly. Every time you have your deals, they can be sent out to the relevant investors if you get it set up correctly. So they'll only be getting deals relevant to what boxes they tick. So you don't need to worry about them getting irrelevant emails and getting annoyed with you that you're sending them rent-to-rent deals when they only want lease options or buy, refurb, refinance deals. That's pretty much what we went through in the first part of day one. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, click the bell notification icon, and you'll get notified of the next part of this video.